This is 307, and I'm Pastor James, and we are doing a brief introduction looking at fasting. And fasting is one of the means of grace, or one of the ways that God helps us grow in our Christian walk in trying to be like Jesus. And it is something that you do as an individual. You can do it as a group, and those are great, but ultimately it's something that you do on your own. So, let's look at what is fasting, which is our very first question that we're going to dive into. Fasting is refraining for something for the purpose of drawing closer to God. People do fasting all the time for nutritious things and for health things, and that's great. But spiritually speaking, fasting is something that we refrain from for the purpose of trying to get closer to God, to make our relationship with God more intimate. And there are several different kinds of fasting. You can fast from everything but water, so that you're only drinking water, or fasting from solid food, so anything you can drink is okay, like juices or smoothies or things like that. Blending up a steak in the blender doesn't, count. Some people do. I feel like you're cheating if you're just blending everything. You're just refraining from everything that's solid. Or another great one is fasting from sugar. That'll kill you. Or preface that it's hard to do. The Daniel fast is another great one. You could look that up or ask the church office, and we give you some resource about that. Another great one, it doesn't have to be food. It can be fasting from the internet, or from social media, or from TV or Netflix. It can be like specific things like fasting from eating carbs. There's a lot of different things that you can do, and you'll get the point here as we go on a little deeper. If it causes you discomfort to go without it, that's what you can do to fast. Whatever it is, maybe it's taking a joyride on Saturdays out through the country, and you give that up. Whatever it is, there's something that you like to do that brings you joy or happiness, and you're willing to go without it for the purpose of drawing closer to God. That's called fasting. And I'll say this, the greater the level of discomfort, the better you'll experience the fast. The closer you'll get to God, the deeper that you'll go in this experience of drawing closer to God. So, why fast? Jesus modeled it during his temptation. He went out in the desert and he didn't eat for 40 days and 40 nights. He gave instructions on it in Matthew 6. And I also think that fasting is like a form of self persecution. Christians grow tremendously under persecution. And when we fast, we are basically persecuting ourselves, which is accelerating our spiritual growth. So, how to fast? First up, pick what you're going to fast. And I would just say pray about it. Ask God, God, what do you want me to give up? Solid foods, social media, driving through the kitchen, whatever it is, ask God, what do you want me to fast? Number two, pick how often you're going to fast. Is it going to be one meal a day? So you're going to skip lunch for the next week or the next month. You'll miss lunch every single day. Or maybe it's all the meals for, a week. Or you're just going to fast for one day, miss all three meals. Maybe you'll fast for certain days of a week. I'm going to fast Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the rest of the days I'm going to be on my normal diet. Whatever it is, you can do it. There's not a set way to do this. And then pick how long you're going to fast. If you're going to fast everything, every meal, or you're going to give up everything but water or whatever it is it going to be one day or 7 days or 40 days, etc.? And this is where I would emphasize very strongly to be very careful when you fast. And if you're going to fast anything that is going to be food or water or anything that's nutrition, you should talk to your doctor and make sure that you can do it and that it's healthy and it's not going to impact you. I will say that people do different kinds of fasting. whether it's a juice fast or a carb fast or whatever it is, or even just a water only fast. People do successfully do that a lot, but you do have to be very careful of it. And if if you don't get enough water, you can kill yourself. So don't skip on the being careful and getting professional medical advice if you're thinking about skipping meals or altering the way that you're eating or drinking, and make sure that you prioritize your physical health. Just because you want to add discomfort to your life so that you can grow spiritually doesn't mean you have to be unhealthy physically in order to achieve that discomfort. So that's my warning, and I would just encourage you, again, talk to a doctor before you do any of this stuff. So how can the church help? I can coach with you some of the resources that I've got. I've got a Daniel Fast cookbook that I've received, just different ways to cook with food that it's on the fast. I have experience doing it, so I can share with you some of my experiences. I'm not going to go into those here because it'd just be way too long, and I don't want to toot my own horn. I just want to help people, and if it'll help you, I'm willing to talk about it. So you can do that. And like I said, I do have some resources that can help you. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and God bless you as you begin fasting.